Hello, and welcome to Meditation Made Easy, an introduction and guided practice. My name is Kathleen Railing, and I am happy to have this honor to share with you today the simple and natural process for reducing our stress, improving our overall health, and even opening the door to self-discovery. This is the first in a 4-part series of guided meditation practices. Today, I'll be sharing an overview with the benefits and the actual process of meditation itself, and then conclude with a guided meditation practice. So, for over 30 years, I have been sharing this process with individuals and groups, including schools, universities, both students and teachers and faculty, within the medical profession, at hospitals, even doing programs for the doctors and their patients, businesses, law enforcement, and even in prisons, both with adults and juveniles, with reported success and benefits for all. Meditation has been going mainstream now for about the last 25 years. Again, not only in schools and universities, but it's being taught to doctors so that they too can reduce their stress and then share it with their patients. Meditation has also been shown to have many, many benefits due to the advance in technology and research where science has proved its many benefits. So some of these include natural reduction of stress, from which over 85% of reasons for our root causes of our illnesses and diseases are stress-based, based on doctors' reports. And also, it will support to boost our immune system. It boosts our T-cell count. It helps the mind to focus, to calm the emotions, to feel more settled in ourselves. Opens our intuitive abilities, our intelligence, slows our biological aging process, and even changes our brain. We know that the brain now is plastic. We can, through our own conscious intentions, make those changes. And the science findings about meditation has proven this. So we're about ready to go on a great adventure together. It's interesting that you'll find meditation in businesses mainstream. Also, Google, Apple, IBM, are just some of the businesses that have places within for their employees to practice and take the time out because it produces productivity. And also, on Fridays at noon, the Pentagon, the employees there, take the time to meditate. So that's a time we could all plug into our government and help support some peace. Now, there are many types of meditation. The primary one that's mainstreamed and most noted today is called mindfulness, based on the teachings of world-renowned Jon Kabat-Zinn. Mindfulness simply means awareness, being aware, without judging. A wonderful daily practice to do. The type of meditation I'll be sharing with you is called superconscious meditation. We're going to go above ordinary states of awareness after being aware of thoughts or feelings, watching our mind, and then resting in that quiet space as everything begins to calm down and settle. This is the point at the resting state where we can absorb the benefits and also have our awareness opened up to these greater spaces of clarity and well-being within us, when we're still and quiet. So how do we do this? How do we begin? Very simply, first of all, you just show up. And we're going to just sit. Have a chair, comfortable chair. You can take a pillow and put it behind your back. But you want to have a quiet environment where you're not going to be disturbed. So make sure you silence the phone and have the dog or cat placed outside where they're not going to disturb you, and let other people in the house to let you know that you need a few minutes of just quiet time. So when we sit, we want to be in a comfortable upright position. Some people say, well, can I meditate lying down? Well, we can relax lying down. We can use a kind of procedure for focusing our attention. However, you want to have our wiring, our attention circuits, to flow upright where we're alert and watchful. So any comfortable upright position that works for you is important to maintain, while you at the same time allow yourself to relax into the posture without being stiff. Stillness is the key. Just showing up, you're 50% successful already. For example, why is being still and sitting upright so important? Here I have a bottle of water. In the bottom is some dirt. When we sit and allow things to settle, we have more clarity. We have more expanded awareness. There's more quietude, a sense of peacefulness. When we're moving about with our daily activities, physically, the nervous system, everything in us starts to get, shall I say, all shook up, and thoughts, all of our to-dos start to spin around, and our awareness can become more clouded and unfocused. So just by sitting still, as I set this bottle of water down, you'll notice just within a few minutes, all of that dirt will settle to the bottom. Our thoughts, our emotions, our stresses, just by showing up and being still. Taking a break, going within. So the next thing we want to do is anchor our attention. So let me pause by saying what actually is our definition of meditation. Meditation is simply when all of our attention is flowing uninterrupted to an object or a goal or an ideal. Now that's a mouthful right there, because as human beings, they say that our attention can only be held for maybe 20 seconds. But think of it like this, in our everyday activities. When you're driving, what happens if your attention is taken over to the left and you see something, a bird flying, or your attention is drawn by a billboard? Your awareness goes there, and where does your body go? Over that double yellow line. So what we want to do is think about having our focus and our attention like a laser beam, like that of a flashlight or a laser. But the key to do this is to put your attention right about here in these prefrontal lobes of the brain. These are our attention circuits. It's where our concentration wiring is built and strengthened. It's our will. It's our power of our executive function, our creativity. And to do this, we just simply lift our gaze just up slightly here without strain when we engage in the meditation process. This is a scientific key to being successful. And then we want to be able to relax into the posture with our gaze very gently lifted up attentively, like we're in a watchtower, and we're just observing whatever it is we experience from a neutral, awake, attentive point of view, without judging, without trying to expect anything to happen, just like the bottle of water. Slowly, slowly, things begin to settle. All those thoughts, all those emotions, all that stress, just by being still and placing our attention literally when we put it here. We're engaging in our circuitry that rises above our normal robotic reactive mental functions. Rising above superconsciousness, above ordinary awareness. So this is a primary key. Then, as we go and we want to anchor our practice, usually the mind is always wants something to anchor onto. So we're going to use a specific tool today, an object of our meditation, to help arrange conditions to allow the body to relax, to allow the thoughts to settle and to clear, and the emotions also to settle and balance out. So as we do this, we want to relax into the process and just give it a try. So as we do this, we'll be using a technique. We use it as a tool, but like any other job. We'll put that aside, and then you rest and enjoy the goal achieved of just being present in that calm, peaceful state of quietude for as long as you're comfortable. And then, after you've rested and absorbed all of these benefits, when you feel your session's done, you just simply pause and go about your day. Okay, so let's begin. Arranging your conditions where you won't be disturbed in a quiet environment. Just sitting upright, feeling the weight of your body sitting in your chair and your feet flat on the floor. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Let your breath sink and settle all the way down from your head, through your torso, down through your legs, to your feet. And take a moment, literally, to feel the ground beneath you. And if you'd like, you can tap your feet or your heels to allow that settling sensation. Now we withdraw our attention by closing our eyes and placing all responsibilities outside the door just for these next few moments. And we'll take another breath in. Exhale. Sink and settle again. Just let go. Feel the support of your chair and the floor beneath your feet. And as you inhale and closing your eyes, let your attention withdraw. Back up and come to rest there in that point, that tower of observation, like a lookout tower, there in the prefrontal lobe of the brain in the forehead, approximately between the eyebrows. And as we do this, simply, gently, let your gaze be elevated without any strain. And now allow the eyeballs simply to soften and sink back into your head, as if you too are relaxing into a comfortable easy chair, yet remaining awake, alert, and watchful. observing, just being the neutral witness of your meditation practice. And if you need to, take one more breath. Returning our attention, focusing it inward. And holding our attention at that point between the eyebrows as that silent witness. Let's use our breath as our tool to anchor our attention and guide us in this process of inward turning. Now we need not be aware of how we're breathing. It's a wonderful thing. It's automatic. The body already knows how to do it. So we can just simply place our attention on that process, that natural process, and feel in this moment that sensation of the breath as it's occurring just for you, without making any changes or being concerned how it's happening. It carries us and gives us life every day, every moment. So let's simply allow our attention to take a free ride and feel that sensation as we breathe in and the air flows in through the nostrils and back out, however that is occurring for you in this moment. Just like the tide, allow our attention just to be carried as the sensation of the breath is felt, as it flows in and out. And smile to this gift of life that's freely given as we attune ourselves with it, feeling carried in the flow of the breath and feeling the sensation as you inhale. Notice that the breath is somewhat cool. And with the exhalation, the air has warmed slightly. Deepening our attention, flowing it to the breath, noticing its sensation of warmth and cooling. Relaxing into the flow. if you notice a thought or a memory arising in your awareness, just notice that's all it is, a thought or a memory. And maintain your position as that neutral observer, the watcher, the witness. That part of us that notices thoughts or feelings. But we are more than a thought or a feeling. We are the observer. So with our attention lifted slightly and anchored in the forehead gently, we begin to cultivate these pathways of inward attention as that observer. Apart just as the witness, without involvement, neutral, non-judging, and bring the attention back again to the breath as the bridge for balancing and clearing. And strengthening our circuitry as that observer. Relaxed yet focused. Gaze lifted upward slightly. And return to just feeling and following the flow of the breath, like the tides. Or like an internal massage, soothing and clearing. And if the mind wanders, it's okay. Remember, this is just a practice. This is the nature of the mind. We just very gently bring it back. It's the perfect opportunity to build our attention circuits. Let go of any struggle, just relax into the process. And then when you feel a shift, more quietude and calm, place the tool of using the breath as our focus for inward turning. Just place it aside and rest. Rest in the silence, absorbing, just allowing yourself to soak in the after pose of inward turning. Rest in that very core. Of your being. No doing, just being. As we rest in the silence, this is a time for renewal and recharging and allowing all of our biological functions to consciously rest and be renewed, to allow all of our thought processes to reorganize, clearing out those cobwebs. And from the brain, the communication throughout the whole nervous system provides the renewal and the regeneration of every organ and system. And smile. Smile to yourself for taking this time for self-renewal, for self-care, for recharging and renewal. And as we conclude, feel the weight of the body again as we began, as you're sitting still upright in your chair, feet on the floor. And when you choose to open your eyes, take a few moments to pause and allow for the integration of this inward turning to blend outward into your room and environment and into your daily routine and through your life. And make a appointment with yourself for this moment of self-care, however long is comfortable for you. Ideally, first thing in the morning before we get distracted is a perfect time, or you pick a time during the day that works for you. Just to sit, recharge, just like we do our cell phones, and bring this greater sense of well-being and centeredness into your daily life, and allow it to be a proven practice on a regular schedule to support you in reducing your stress, improving overall health, and discovering that peace that passes all understanding within. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.